The following is brought to you in part by System Blue. Products and education. System Blue.
So on the bus, we decided the first thing we want to do in Chicago is get some pizza.
Trying to get us some pizza, but the maps...
Trying.
Yeah, trying. Keyword, they're trying.
Trying.
The maps just keep routing us literally everywhere.
We made it, I think.
It's really hot outside, but we're inside now, and I just gotta wait for pizza.
So today's our free day in Chicago, Illinois. We are at Millennium Park here in the center of the city. And so right behind me is the Bean. And so the story behind the Bean is that you are able to see the Chicago cityscape all around in the reflection, kind of like a 360-degree view.
The Art Institute and saw Nighthawks, so that was pretty cool seeing it in real life. And there's a postcard and a magnet.
Today was our free day in Chicago. I personally, first thing I did is I got here, got some deep dish pizza, and then I made another healthy decision and got ice cream, and then I had a burger, and it's gonna be a long day tomorrow.
It was a great free day, and we're ready to head out, and Texas tour is next week, so that's exciting. Home show.
By the end of the first production, the audience has been taken through a twisting narrative between three characters. We've seen busy cityscapes, playful conversations, smooth criminals, and party scenes. But after the opener, the show takes a sharp turn as it introduces its fourth and final character.
After the opener, I enter and I play the man in white behind the counter, who is actually a soldier returning from World War II. And it's supposed to be a really relaxed and more calm vibe. And he's supposed to be feeling sort of relieved and happy to be back home.
And you see the girl in red in the center and all the boys around her. And basically it's just nodding to, yes, he's coming home, and like she's like fallen in love with him.
So the chorale is a very heroic piece, and the French horns get to soar on top of the ensemble, resembling our heroic character that's returning from war. Some of the challenges in the French horn part is definitely tuning, because it's a duet and we're both doing different thirds that we have to tune, fourths, fifths, and harmonically to get those in tune you have to be a certain amount of sense sharp or flat. So that's definitely one of the challenges, is getting those chordal structures in tune.
Chorale is a lot more relaxed compared to the opener, and it is very soft, it's gentle. It is just kind of, you're going with the flow.
And so we're all nodding to like having a love that like you haven't seen in a while, or like finding a love that like you didn't know you had. And so we all get this really like beautiful section, and we're intertwined with the boys.
We sort of match the shapes with one another, and the girls and the boys intertwine and then wrap around, and then we go into a blade toss of sorts, and the boys catch, and the girls go back into a cradle of sorts, and they manipulate the saber.
But everything is very, very soft, and there's no sharp edges.
That part of the show is just us like nodding to like they've found this love, and like they have realized that they love each other, and like how moments are fleeting, and how we come together for only like a phrase and then we like disappear. So it's very like you see the moment and then it's gone. So you don't get to like, you have to live in the moment when it's there.
I lay eyes on the female character, and she's the most beautiful person that I've ever seen. It's like the really happy like butterfly in the stomach feeling at the end of the chorale, and we have our first embrace together. So we start to run off together, and then we run into the smooth criminal, and he sees her with me, and his automatic response is very aggressive. So we get into a huge tanglement between the three of us.
At the end of the chorale, the brass line in the front, we all start slowly turning and pointing towards the color guard trio of the two guys and then the girl. And we all break up into these trios. And the trios, we mimic the fight scene that's going on between the two guys in the diner and the girl. It's really difficult to stay in time when there's not a certain beat going to like some music. And so what we really have to end up doing is relying on each other to count. And we can hear some of the backing track in the pit and some of the cues that they play, and those come in on specific beats, and we're matching our choreography with it.
So the way the fight scene came together, you should feel like it's like in a city alleyway. There's like a scuffling, there's footsteps, there's glass breaking, there's dogs barking, there's a lot of like ambiance and like mysterious sounds. We wanted to manufacture and do some of those sounds live. And then we figured out what's the way they make these sounds. Like in a movie, what do they do to create like the sound of a punch? And we just started experimenting. We set up a few mics and we're like, okay, what does it sound like when you hit a piece of lettuce with a stick? What does it sound like when you crunch something? What does it sound like when you move some shoes on like some gravel and create these footsteps? And so what you're gonna be doing.
So all the marimba's are doing like different things. Like for me, I am doing the footsteps in the fight scene, and I'm using these shoes to make just like different like shoe sounds in this box. And then I know like this pillow is to make like the punching sound, and we're also like breaking glass and, you know, making like random sounds on our resonators, and that's pretty cool.
Part of the way you do this in the front ensemble is you can't just play a track and have them stand there. It's like you want the performers to be interactive. You want them to be part of it. You want their personality to be injected into those sounds too. But then that product is like a living product that will keep growing and evolving and changing every day just a little bit, even until finals week. It's a challenge for sure, but you know, I definitely enjoy it.
So when the fight scene actually starts and the rifle starts spinning, there's this big crash from the pit, and right there is when we start our flourish.
We switch it into the other hand and then throw it into the plane, so it's like a frontward 45, I guess you could say.
We're doing behind the back catches. We are doing a 5 with this attitude jump and catching. And then one by one, we have this ripple 7 where we catch, and then afterwards we turn and we bring the focus back to the woman in red and the war veteran.
Because the soundtrack isn't really timed, like we have counts kind of, but within the music, the counts will vary. So it's very interesting listening for sounds and having to line up a sound with a grab or a sound with a hand placement. So having the boys all on the same page and really making sure we're listening in and understanding where the sound may be when we grab is something that we still have to work on, but it's very interesting.
After the smooth criminal runs away, I'm left on the ground and I reach out to her and sort of pull myself up her arm, and we can finally feel like we belong together and he's out of her lives, and like that triumph and relief is there at the end.
You know why we do push-ups? For this
This
right
here.
See that? See that?
Can't beat that.
Yeah. Push-ups.
No push-ups and push-ups. No push-ups and push-ups.
We do push-ups so the sleeves look really good. So for all you people at
See
home,
how tight this is?
all you people at home,
Yeah, see how
get a
tight
sweet
that
look
is?
at this.
If it's not this tight, you're doing it wrong.
All right, folks. It's time to go do some band.
As the Blue Devils make their way across America, the story of their summer, just like the show they perform, finds clarity. A weaving journey of individual and group growth. Growth that is comprised of struggle, community, and joy. And how much growth is determined by each and every individual. Who knows how this story will end? But if the journey continues to be guided by this necessity to evolve, then surely the result will be an unbearably exquisite state of satisfaction. Next week on Inside BD360.
It's definitely my favorite part of the show. I really enjoy being able to kind of take people away and just sit back and be able to listen to this beautiful melody, this beautiful ballad. Natural Woman is just a beautiful song.